Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video I have already shown you how to design this form. Here you can see this. If you have not watched my previous video, then just go to description and check out the video, or you can just click on the suggestion. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to design, how to backend code for this one, how these buttons will work, and how to actually fill the data with this into this data grid view. Here you can see this. The task till here has already been done in the previous video, so you have to just go and watch that. So now I'm going to start with this. So first thing what I want is I want to load this data into this form in this data grid view, and I want to hide this panel. So how to do that? For that we just close this one first. Now after that what I want to do is we have to just create a form load event. So how to create a form load event? Just double click on this form. I have double clicked. Here you can see this. View student information load event is generated, and here you have to write one small stuff, that is, let me just check the panel. First thing what we have to do is we have to hide this panel. So how to hide this panel? So just go to here and just check the design name. Here you can see this panel 2. So I have to hide the panel 2. Panel 2 dot visible equals, you have to just set false and just save it. And now start this and you will find that that panel is invisible now. Okay, it's taking a little bit of time. Here you can see this. Now here you can see, observe that the scroll bar is missing as well as the panel is also missing. So this works fine. So now what we have to do is we have to add the data into that data grid view. So how to do that? For that, first we have to create a SQL connection object. So how to do that? For that you have to just write SQL, and after that you will find a small pop-up here. You could see this, and just click on this SQL data. Okay, sorry, it's not like that. SQL connection. After writing this, you have to do that. So you can see this using system.sql.client. When you click on that, here you can observe this. The library is imported. Without this, you cannot use the SQL. Okay. So after that, we have to create a connection object. So SQL new SQL connection. After the creation object, what we have to do is we have to pass a connection string. So just write like this, and after that we have to write data source, and in this data source we have to pass the data from your Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. When you open this, you have to just go to File, Connection Object Explorer, and you will find the server name. You have to just copy this. For each system this is different, so just copy this from your system, not just copy the my system server name. Okay, so you have to just paste it here, and you have to add one more / here, and after that you have to mention the database name. Database, so my database name is library, so I'm going to write library. And after that what we have to do is we have to write integrated security is equals true. Okay, and after this what we have to do is we have to create a SQL command. So I'm going to create a SQL command object, that is cmd new SQL command, and after this we have to pass a connection string to this command. Okay, so connection string object is con, just pass it over here. And after that what we want to do is we want to actually fetch the data and show that data into this view, data grid view. So how to do that? For that we have to pass a command string. Okay, command text actually. So command text equals, and what query we need to do is we have to search all the student details. So select star from new student. Table name, my table name is new student. I have previously shown you and I have created that table. If you have not watched my previous video, then just go and watch. You can see this. When this code will be executed, all the data from this new student table will be stored somewhere. Where we have to store? We have to create a data set for that. So that we have to first write this SQL data adapter, and after that we have to write d equals new SQL data adapter, and in this we have to pass the command, and after this we have to make object of data set, and like this, and in this we have to fill this data set with the value which is in the data adapter. So how to do that? So that da dot fill, which value we have to fill is data set. So now when this form loads, the data will be filled, and the data will be stored into this data set. And what we have to now do is we have to show that data into data grid view. So let me just see the name of this data grid view. So just go to properties, and here you will find the name of this is data grid view 1, where you can see this name. So just we have to write one small line of code, that is data grid view dot data source equals ds dot tables, and we have to write 0 because we have only one table in that. Just to start this, and when I see this, when I click on this, the data is here now. Okay, so now what we have to do is I want that when I write something inside this, only that data needs to be filtered from these records. Here you can see this when I type RAHUL. So sorry, this is actually the enrollment number field, so I can't filter with that. I have to filter with this 100. When I write this, only this record needs to be visible, except and remaining all needs to be invisible. So how to do that? For that, let me just go back, and we have to write here. If text box is not empty, we are not going to change any code for this. Just write beside this. Okay, so let's start with that. So first, again, we have to create the database connection. For that, let me just copy this code till here. Okay, just copy this code, and you have to paste it over here. And we have to make one small change, that is nothing but in this command text query. So how to do that? So for that, we have to actually like this, select a star from new student, where enrollment number. Here you can see this. We are going to filter the records with enrollment number, and this user is going to enter enrollment number. So where enroll, and actually this enroll is the table. In the table, it's a column name. Here you can see this. Let me just show you. We are going to deal with the student. Okay, so let me just show you. Select a star from student. Just execute this, and here you can see this. Enroll is the column name. You have to write that. So I have written it here. And after that, where enroll, and I'm going to use this like. And after that, what we have to do is we have to put the single double quotes, and then again like this. Within this, what we have to mention is text from that text box. So in previous video, I have shown you that text box name is txt search enrollment. I have changed that name, and from that text box, what we need is text. So here we go. And after this, what we have to do is anything after that will be searched. So for that, I'm going to use this %sign, and on the basis of this, the data will be filtered into and stored into this data set. So after that changing, what we want to do is the data needs to be changed immediately. So how to do that? For that, just copy this and paste it over here, and just save this and execute this. Just click on this. Here you can see this when I write pu-1. Okay, so some error has occurred and an exception handled. Okay, so let me just check this out. Select star from new student, where enrollment like. Okay, so let me just start this once again, and let me see Okay, actually we did a small mistake here. You can see this. We have to put this small, sorry, single quotes after this percentage. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm going to start this and check that if it's still work or not. So when I write P, yeah, it's working. PU dash 100, and when I enter 2, here you can see this, we have two records with 2, and when I enter one more 2, here you can see this, only one record is here. Okay, so I'm going to write like this. Here you can see this, when I remove the text from this, all the records are visible here. Okay, so let me just close this. Okay, so now what I want to do is, here you can see this one small stuff is still remaining, so that is, what is that? When I write PU dash 1002, and if I select all and delete, here you can see this, now all the remaining records are still not visible. What I want is, when I delete all the record from this, all the data from this text box, I want this table needs to be filled with the previous data. So how to do that? For that we have to just copy a few more lines of code and just paste it over here. Here you can see this. In this else condition you have to paste this one. Okay, so not a big deal, you have to just do this. Just copy this stuff and paste it over here and just save this and execute this. When you click on this, you can see this, I'm going to write u dash 1001 and select all and delete. Here you can see this. Now all the records are visible. Now everything is working fine. So now what we have to do the next is, when I click on this record, the text fields below here needs to be filled with these data. Here you can see this. So how to do that? For that we have to first create a cell click event. Okay, so let me just create a cell click event. Just go over here, just click on this data grid view, go over here, cell click event. Here you can see this, this is cell click event. Just double click on this and it will generate a data grid view 1 cell click event. Within this, first what we have to do is we have to extract which row is being clicked. So how to do that? For that you have to write data grid view if condition data grid view dot rows, and in this we have to write E. This is the object we are going to use. Here you can see this, E dot row index. What we want is row index, and after that cells, and E dot column index dot value is not equal null. Then this code will be executed. Okay, so after this, here we need a variable to store that value, so I'm going to take two variables. I will explain why we are going to take these two variables. So int64 equals row id. I have previously used this row id in view books actually, so if you are watching my previous video already, so you know what exactly I'm going to do here. So I'm going to put the value which the cell row value into this PID. So how to do that? For that, first, because when I click, that value is in the string format, so I want to convert that into an integer format. So how to do that? For that, int dot parse, and after that we have to pass data grid view 1 dot. You can see this, we have to just write this one, not to worry about that. Just copy this stuff and paste over here, and I want to convert this value to string, and this will be passed to BID. Let me just add one value here, equals 5, and after that let me add a breakpoint and just start this. You can see this, this is the actually 4, SID is 4. When I click on this, okay, so input string was not in correct format. Okay, so we have some error. E row index dot cell, actually we have to mention here 0, because we have to extract the value from the 0th column, that is the first one. Okay, So let me show you in the database. Here you can see this. This is the first column, and I'm going to fetch each data with the help of this SID. Okay, so that's why I have mentioned here 0. So let me just start this once again. Just click on this. Here you can see this. When I click on this, the 5 will be in row ID. So here you can see this BID. You can see this 5 is here. I'm going to continue this, and I'm going to click one more time on 4. You can see this. We have 4 now. So it's working. Okay. So now one more stuff. Let me just remove this quickly. And after that, after we have the value, what I want to do is I want to show the panel below the grid data grid view. So for that, panel 2 dot visible equals true. So let me just start this and see if it's still working or not. So you can see this when I click on this, now the panel is visible. So what I want is when I click on this, this panel needs to be visible, and all the data from this row is visible into this text field. So how to do that? Just let's do that. Okay. So after this, we have to create a database connection. So how to do that? For that, just copy this code over here and paste it over here. And after that, we have to actually change this query. So select star from new student on the basis of PID. So we have the value over here. So we have to write where STUID equals, it's an integer format, so for that just use double quote, and in this you have to write this PID. Here you can see this. So only for that row all the data will be fetched and stored into this data set. So now we have the value. So if you are worried about what is this STUID, so this is nothing but column name. Here you can see this STUID. If in your database this column name is different, then you can just write that name. Okay, not to worry about that. So now we have the data into this data field. So what we have to now do is we have to actually put the value from that data set into these text field. So before inserting the data into this text field, what we have to do is we have to actually change the name of these text fields. So let me just click on this and go to properties, and in this you will find a name, and we have to change name here. So txt name, and change this one to txt enrollment, this one to txt department, this one to txt semester, this one to txt contact, and this one to txt email. I'm going to change the name of these buttons as well. So btn update, btn delete, and this one to btn cancel. Okay, actually the name spelling mistake I have done here, so it's CL. Just save this. So now all the name has been changed. So move back to the coding part, and after that here what we have to do is we have to fill one by one value into that text field. So before that, what we have to do is we have to actually put this row ID over here. So what is this row ID? How to put this? So row ID equals int 64 dot parse, and in this just write ts data set, and from this table 0, and from this table what we have to fetch is rows 0, and column is also 0 dot to string. in this way we have to do. So now we have this row value, row ID value here. I will show you later where I'm going to use this. This is going to actually work when you are going to update or delete any record. So this will use it further. Just remember this, we have assigned row ID over here. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually set this text name. So txt as name, here you can see this one, this is the text box whose name is txt as name, and we have to set the text. So you can see this, and in this how to set the text. So ts dot tables, and in this we have to write 0 dot rows, we have to mention 0, and column is 1 dot to string. This way we can set the value. So let me just execute this, and you will see that name is set when I click on that particular row. So just go over here, and you can see this when I click on this. Now here you can see Rahul is here. When I click on Jay is here. When I click on this, Pooja. The same way we have to do for the rest. Okay, if you are curious to know how the data is stored into this data set, let me just show you that. So just start this, I have added a breakpoint over here, and I'm going to click on this, and when I click on this, here you can see this data set. You have to just hover mouse over DS, and you have to just click on this magnifies glass, and when I click on this, here you can see this, the data is in this format, table, and it's in the column format. So you can see this, in this row ID, what I have set is 0 and 0. This is the 0th row and 0th column. So that's why 5 will be set into this row ID. When what here we have done is 0 and 1. So this is 0th row and 1th column. This is Pooja is set into this text field. So I hope you know how this stuff is working. So for the next, if I want to set the enrollment number, I have to set 0 and 2. 0th row, 0, 1 and 2, second column. So let's move further with that. So just close this. And after that, what we have to do is we have to set this txt enrollment dot text equals ds dot tables 0 dot rows, and we have to set 0, and we have to set 1 dot to string. After that, what we have to do is we have to set for txt department dot text equals ds dot tables and this you have to write dot rows 0 and this one is 2. Actually I have done a mistake over here, so we have to set this 2 and we have to set this one 3 dot to string. After this we have to set for txt department actually. So txt department dot text equals ds dot tables dot rows 0 and the column will be 4 dot to string. Okay, so I want to set the department is actually semester. So just change this one to semester. And after this semester, what we have is txt contact dot text equals ds dot tables dot rows. This we have to mention 0 and 5 dot to string, and the last one is txt email dot text equals ds dot tables. This we have to mention 0 dot rows 0 and this one is 6. Now our task is done over here. Just save this, and when you execute this, you will find that when I click on this, you can see all the records is filled. Here you can see this. When I click on this chair, here you can see this chair, EU 10022 civil second. You can see this and contact number is also same. Because this, all the records are filled properly. So now I'm going to, what we have to do is we have remaining with the only three stuff, that is update, delete and cancel. So I'm going to show you how to update this. When I click on this update, how this is going to work. So let me just close this. Just move over here. Now to generate a click event for this update, just double click on this to generate a click event. Just double click on this. Here you can see this button, update click event is here. So now first thing what I want is I want the text from I want the data from those text fields into a variable. So I'm going to create a variable. So string sname equals txt sname dot text. From that text box I need the text. After that I have this enrollment number, so that's also the string type. So not to worry, I'm going to take a string variable. So txt enrollment dot text string. After that we have department, so txt department dot text. After this we have semesters, so txt semester dot text. Now after that what we have is contact number. So in the database, contact number is in this big int form, so we have to convert that into an integer format. So how to do that? For that we have to write as int64 contact equals int64 dot parse, and in this you have to pass txt contact dot text. Now this will be converted to the integer 64 format, and after that finally we have email. Txt email dot text. So now we have the data into the variable. So after that what we have to do is we have to actually create a SQL database connection. So how to do that? For that you have to just copy this code and paste it over here. And you have to you have to change this query. Okay. So what we have to write is update table name, that is new student, set as name. Here you can see this. We have this as name, ENROLL, department, semester, contact and email. So we have to set for one by one. Make sure you properly write these column name. Don't make any mistake in this. Okay, so let's just move over here. And after that, what we have to do is we have actually this as name in the string format. So for that, just double quotes like this. We just move this aside, and then this double plus, and we have to write as name, this variable. Okay. After this, what we have to do is we have actually enrollment number. So enroll and equals comma double quotes and this one like this. So let me just copy this stuff over here so that our task can be done quickly. So let me just copy this. And after enrollment, what we have is after enrollment we have department, DEP equals, then this we have to write DEP department. After DEP department, what we have is semester, so we have to write for semester. So semester equals like this, and in this what we have to do is SAM. After semester, what we have is contact and email. So contact, in this we have to write contact, the variable name. Here you can see that this is contact, and finally we have email. Okay, So let me check what is the name. Let me see this variable name is s email, so I have to mention over here s email. And after this, let me just remove this. And what we have to check is where stu id equals this double quotes. It's an integer. We are going to check this with the help of row id. Here you can see this. Here we have this row id. I have already told you that I'm going to extract this data from over here. And after this, only that record, if we are not going to include, if we don't include this where, this much of a statement, then what we are going to do is when I click on update button, all the records will be updated. Okay, so now just start this and let's try to update. Just click on this and here you can see this. You can see this, it's in of the Puja is in actually second semester, so let me just try to update this to 6. When I click on this, okay, so we have some error, incorrect syntax near equals. Okay, so we have done here. You can see this, we have small mistake, double equals is over here. So just start this once again and try to update that. When I click on this, this is third. Let me just actually put this 6 actually, and click on update and just close this form and load this once again. Here you can see this. Now it's in the 6th. So it's not look that much nice. What I want to do is when I click on update, then it should ask that are you sure you want to update. So how to do that? For that we have to write one small stuff that is nothing but, let me just close this. Here you can see this, just mark over here if message box dot show data will be updated, confirm, and this message box name will be success. And after that I want buttons in this message box button dot OK and cancel, and this message box icon needs to be okay information. Actually this is a or question type, so I'm going to write this question. And after this what I want to check is that if user cancel OK or cancel. So when user click on OK, this needs to be executed. So just equals dialog result dot OK. This is actually going to check, and you have to put one more in the last. Here you can see this. Now it's looking nice. Let me just start this, and here you can see this. When I click on this and when I click on update, here you can see this data will be updated, confirm. If you click on cancel, nothing will be happen. If you click on OK, the data will be updated. Okay, so let me just close this. Okay, so now we are done with this update button. So small stuff is still left. What I want is when I click on this update, I want this form need to be reload instantly. So how to do that? For that you have to write one more line over here. And what is that? You have to write form name first of all. That is view student information underscore load. That is load event. And in this we have to pass two variables, this dot this and null. And now just save it and just execute it. Here you can see this. When I click on this, here you can see this. It's reloaded and the panel is visible by itself. So now it's working nice. The same way we have to do for the delete. So we have to generate a click event for this delete. Okay. So the same task we have to do for this refresh button. When I click on this, form needs to be reloaded. So just double click on this. button 1 click event is generated because we have not changed the name of this button. So let me just change the name quickly. So first remove this event. So you can see the event is removed. Just go to properties and we have to change this to btn refresh and just double click on this button refresh click event is generated, and we have to just copy this line of code and paste it over here. Save this, and when you start this, you can see this when I click on this, and when I click on refresh, everything is invisible now. Okay, so now we are going to code for this delete button. So what we have to do is we have to just double click on this delete, generate a click event, and what we have to do is we have to just copy this. Actually you have to just copy this all stuff over here and paste it over here, this much of code, and we are going to change few stuff, that is data will be deleted, not updated, like this. Confirm, just make changes quickly. Okay, so here we have to actually remove this query. And after that what we have to put is delete from new student and where stuid equals nothing but that row ID. So this is stuid is column name. I have already told you. Here you can see this, and only matching record will be deleted. Okay, so here you can see this, everything is working fine. Let me just start this, and here you can see this. When I click on this, when I click on this, when I click on delete, data will be deleted. I want this to be warning. Just change this question mark to warning. Okay, so just change this one to icon to be warning, like this. Just save this and start this. When I click on this, you can see this, it's warning symbol, data will be deleted. So let me just add one data quickly, and I will show you how to delete that, like this. Enrollment number PU-5000, department CSE, semester 5th, contact number 111, email ID stf@gmail.com. Save info, data saved. Just refresh and exit this. Okay, so I'm going to here. You can see this, the record is inserted, and I want to delete this record. It will be deleted. If I cancel, nothing has happened. And when I click on this and when I click on OK, you can see this data is removed and the form is reloaded. So you can see this. Now delete is also working. So what we have to do is we have left with one click actually cancel event. So let me just move back to this, and we have to code for this button. So just double click on this to generate a click event. Here you can see this click event is generated, and what we have to do is we have to write few more line of code. So that is first this dot close. This will close that form, and what we have to do is let me just start this, and when I click on this and I cancel, the form is instantly closed. So what I want is it should ask the user that if you want to cancel or not, if you want to close or not. So how to do that? So for that we have to just write in the previous way. So message box dot show and unsaved data will be lost, and this message box name needs to be "Are you sure?" and the message box button needs to be OK and cancel as well, and message box icon. Okay, message box icon dot warning. After that, we have to check that which button user clicked. So I want to check this for the OK button. So dialog result dot OK. When user click on OK, then only this code needs to be executed. Okay, just save this and start this. Okay, here you can see this. When I click on this, cancel, unsafe data will be lost. When I click on cancel, the form is still open, and when I click on OK, this form is closed. Okay, so that's it for the today's video, guys. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to design for this issue book. Let me just show you that quickly. Let me just move this one over here. This is actually a complete project. I've already shown you how to design these all stuff. In next video, I'm going to show you how to design this stuff. Here you can see this. When I maximize this, all these text fields are large and this move to this right side. And when I minimize it, all needs to be on the previous side. So how to design this, I'm going to show you. Just stay tuned and subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon and just stay tuned, guys.